Hi, folks. Bob Mannery here. You're listening to A2D Radio, real sports talk radio for the fans, by the fans, no agenda. These guys are the best in the business. Hashtag it. No notes.
Yo, what's up, party people? Philly sports guys.
Philly Dilly.
The boy Pete got E, got TA on the ones and twos.
Yes, sir.
Listen, everybody, before we even get started, do what I did last week. Go to www.atsportpicks, ATS Sport Picks, enter promo code A2D, make some money like I did. We all love the game of football. We all love all sports. You might as well love it to the point where you can put some money in your pocket, help out with them bills. It is holiday season officially now.
Okay.
So let's stack some bread.
I like it, man. We're back for another episode.
Yes, sir.
As you said, TA on the ones and twos, rather. You're
Yes.
doing your thing. So listen, real quick. I'm going to go into it real quick before you do your thing, Pete. As we know, Hallows Eve was just yesterday,
Well,
right?
no, Halloween.
No, but it's really Hallows Eve.
Is it really Halloween?
Really
I don't know.
Hallows Eve.
I don't like being scared, so,
Yeah,
I tap out.
I thought about it, and I was sitting there thinking, as the people was out there, I went out, did my Uber Lyft thing, and people's really serious about Halloween. They was out there in the rain yesterday, and I couldn't believe it. I'm like, it's raining cats and dogs a little something.
Oh, late.
Yeah, it was out there,
Yeah.
and I'm like, yo, what's going on? But I thought about some of the top. I don't want to do a quick top five or top three, whatever, of the top three you don't like Halloween candy, and the top. Let's just say three that you do like. Now for me, I'm gonna just do one. You can't never go wrong with Snickers. Pete, you want to follow up? Tia, you guys got anything y'all want to add to the table? Can't go wrong with Snickers, right?
Listen,
No, Snickers, Reese's.
Reese's.
Hold on, time out now.
I'm all in.
Thou shall not be named one after the other.
Okay.
Reese's is always the king, bitch.
See,
You know this.
I
told my wife I went and got
That's
candy.
it.
I went and got snacks real quick before you guys got here.
Right.
And I got Reese's Sticks. The Sticks ones.
Oh, my God,
They were
Sticks.
gone from 7-Eleven to home. Gone, I told her. They didn't get through the door.
The
They didn't
Sticks.
make it.
Those are
a problem.
And,
Those
then,
are problems.
and then they messed the whole game up when they start doing the cup with the Reese pieces in it. Dog.
But I'm gonna throw one at y'all real
Okay.
quick that y'all might not be on. Snickers peanut butter.
Dog.
The new one.
The crunchy one.
Yes.
Yo,
Thank you.
dog. They put
Oh,
me
my
on.
God.
They put me on
Snickers
that
peanut butter?
all
Would
I'm
you
saying.
two stop? Get out of my head. Would you two stop? I just been burying them recently, too.
Because I don't
Burying.
even
they're
like
tough,
Snickers like that. But then
Yeah.
at work, somebody brought them in and said, "Yo, you
they're
got
tough. They're
niggas,
tough,
you
man.
got to try the ones with the crunchy peanut butter in it." I said, "Stop,
Yeah.
dog."
Yeah.
I started going to work, the 4-pack, the little
Yeah.
4.
Man.
Little-
Man,
So
Go
the
ahead.
ones real quick. The top three that I don't like. I'm just say one. Circus peanuts. What is up with circus peanuts?
I don't even know why peanuts is even associated with trick or treat.
But people eat circus peanuts. They're orange. You know, Tia, you got me right. You know what I'm talking about? They're like the orange. It looks like a peanut, but it's orange. People like that.
Now,
I don't know why, but people like it.
a payday, yes. Give me a payday. I'll
Okay.
take some caramel, some peanuts. I'll tell. Now, this is one hit or miss.
Okay.
Heath bars.
I'm on the fence with the Heath bar.
In the pinch,
Because the
they're all
toffee.
right.
Because the toffee.
In the pinch, they're all right.
yeah, if you're really in need, yeah. But the toffee, I don't like the toffee. I'm not a toffee guy. You're a toffee guy, Pete?
No,
Tia, you're a toffee guy?
I can stand
Nah,
it.
no,
I can stand
no.
it if I need to.
Yeah, like you said, if you're in the pinch, you need something, especially if you're diabeticals in them. You need a little something.
Diabeticals.
And you need something to get you through. The toffee may work then, but I digress. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm like I'm a Snickers, Reese's, Twix.
Yep.
There's no order to this. Really, Reese's is one, and then there's no order.
Right. So, like, it's Reese's and everything else as far as chocolate and peanut butter. But I see this is how.
You talking about as far as candy now?
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
good.
My babies came home.
Okay.
They already know
They went out.
Sour Patch Kids and
Okay,
Airheads.
all right.
Those is daddies. Like, and Skittles. Those is me.
Skittles.
Anything sour with a little bit of sweet.
Yeah, me
that's
too.
that's my
Me
lane.
too. Me too.
Reese's. Now Snickers with the crunchy peanut butter. That's in there. And Twix.
Don't leave out Starburst though. Don't sleep on Starburst. Starburst is right there. Cause
The
Starburst,
pink ones.
the pink and the reds. Give me the pink and reds.
The
And
orange
sometimes
ones?
the orange ones.
But everything else
The
you keep
yellow I
that.
don't mess with. The yellow I gotta
You
be.
keep that. You keep that.
If you need like a little, sometimes the breath might not be hot. You might need a little fresh, and then that's when you do the lemon. because you need something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, but this Starburst is good though.
Well, hopefully everybody that has kids or you wanted to go out trick-or-treating yourself and you just felt like you were a grown-ass adult and you wanted to go buy some trick-or-treat candy and hope nobody else come to the house, so that you got to justify the reason why you brought us, so now you got to eat all the candy. Hopefully it was safe. Nobody got no hair on like they was doing in South.
I heard about that.
South Jersey. Nobody was getting no edibles in there.
Yep.
Like, this Snickers wrapper ain't supposed to look like this.
Real quick, a bad one.
What's that?
My man Jeff Lohmeyer. What's good, Jeff Lohmeyer? Good and plenty. That's a bad. I don't like that with the black licorice. I don't mess with that.
Black liquor, I don't know.
That's an old school thing though. The black licorice is like an old school.
You
your
gotta
mom
be
and
50 or
pops.
50 or over to like black
like
licorice.
yeah, like your pops, your grandmom, your you know what I'm saying? Your auntie. That's their
Right.
candy.
Okay.
That shouldn't be made now. I agree with Jeff on that one.
So before we move on and we really get into the meat on the bone
I
here,
like it.
I'm gonna give y'all a show recommendation. All right. If you have Epics, if you could try to get it.
Oh yeah.
Godfather of Harlem.
Oh man, yes.
With Forrest Whitaker playing Bumpy Johnson, Vincent D'Onofrio playing Vincent the Chin Gigante, leader of the Genovese crime family.
Yes, sir.
It's only been out for 5 episodes, but it's really, really good.
Yeah.
Do yourself a favor, and if you want to watch it, check it out. But poll question:
Okay.
is Embiid a bully? I say, listen. If you can get bullied and you a grown ass man making $1 million, that's on you, player. I'm not gonna fault Embiid for that.
Yeah.
So I disagree.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one. I don't think he's. Now, let me say this. I disagree. I don't think he is, but he's getting the label that whether it be the Westbrooks of the world, whether it be the Karl-Anthony Towns, whether it be the Andre Drummonds of the world, he's getting that. He's getting that flack right now. That's what he's getting. That's the name he's getting as a bully, as a villain. And guess what? If that's what it is, if he's gonna get me a chip, then I'm good with it, man. I have no problem with it. I mean, if you talk about the game that just happened this week with Karl-Anthony Towns, you know, sometimes, you know, in life, whether you were a kid or whether even older, you deal with somebody that just has your number, man. They just have it out for you. They just there's nothing you can do about it. They're simply just better than you. And I think deep down inside, Karl-Anthony Towns knows that every time he faces Embiid, he's just better than me. You know what I mean? So after a while, yeah, you might score a couple points here and there, but when somebody's just giving it to you and giving it to you, it gets to you after a while. And I just think after, you know, Kool-Aid didn't prevail on his end. He just felt some type of way and just escalated. Now Embiid's not going back down. You know what I mean? But at this end of the day, I mean, with the skirmish, I mean, no one's landing the punch. And I'm not condoning the fighting situation, but did you notice no one?
Well, you heard Barkley on Inside the NBA said
hit a punch.
He said it was a snuggle fest, which is right. All they doing was wrestling.
Talk about what he said.
He said it was a snuggle fight. That's what Barkley said. He said it was a snuggle fight. So
yeah,
essentially that's what it was.
Yeah.
The most offensive move came from Ben Simmons when he had Cat in the rear naked choke on the ground. But it wasn't so much. I don't think the bully stigma came from the actual physical altercation. It was the next day, and I mean, Embiid just he went in on Cat. He really just went in on Cat.
Yeah.
To the point he was like, I know you're not gonna talk about me crying. At least I was doing the second round of the playoffs. Essentially, sir, you would never know what that felt like because you never been there before.
Yeah.
So, I mean, he was telling the truth, and this is the thing: if Embiid doesn't respect you as a player,
He's gonna say it.
You gonna catch that ride.
And here's my only thing about Embiid, and again, I'm a big Joel Embiid fan. I mean, I rock hard with him. But one thing he's got to learn, and this will come more with maturity, is that you know you can feel a certain type of way about somebody, but you don't always have to express it. And to be a professional, like let's say the Kobe's of the world, and I mean they're champions. I mean,
right,
and that's where Embiid wants to be. But to take a page out of Kobe didn't talk that much off the court like that. All of his talk was on the court.
Right.
You know what I mean? And he's got to show that maturity. The thing is, look, at the end of the day, I know you got caught up in a situation, but next time you gotta avoid that because this could be later on in the season where it could be a playoff position or it could be a seed that's at stake. And let's say you get in a situation again.
Who else does he do this with though?
Well,
he does it with the same players.
Drummond.
But I think Drummond is more playful.
Yeah, I think yeah.
Like Cat, he straight up don't respect.
And that's
Cat.
true. And I get that.
It's not even with Russell either.
But he's got to refrain from that though. And listen, I understand you know you get in a heated battle. But my thing is when the season's on the line later down the line, and we need you I need you to refrain from that. Just walk away.
No, because
walk away.
Now this is my thing.
Uh-huh.
Bad Boys won back-to-back championships, bro. Not giving a jack about nobody.
But I know what you're saying. But you know what the difference is now?
What's that?
This NBA is different.
How? It's soft.
This Scott just get kicked out of the game for not even a sissy foul. It wasn't even a flagrant 2. They got kicked out of the game, right? So
now,
the bottom line is,
if it costs
right?
them. Now I see what you're saying.
It's
If
different
it's a
NBA, bro.
big game, they're only up 5 or 6, or they may be down 5 or 6. I don't think Embiid would do that, but I think
right. I hope so. Yeah, I hope
he has
wouldn't.
good timing and a good idea and perspective on things to see how the game is going. Like, we're not going to lose the game. And it hurt Minnesota more than it hurts
Absolutely.
us when we play Minnesota. If we lose it without Embiid, we should still be able to handle Minnesota.
Because we got the Horfords of the world.
And
we
you
still
got Simmons.
Ben.
Yes.
Right.
If you look at the Minnesota versus the Sixers, the top 4 players is on the Sixers.
And who, by the way, speaking of Minnesota real quick, is Andrew Wiggins the most disappointing draft pick in the last?
I'm so glad we dodged that. I'm so glad we dodged that bullet, bro.
Is he, you and me both. Can you imagine if Andrew Wiggins was in Philly right now?
I'm so glad we
Can you
dodged
imagine that,
bullet.
bro?
So, on the outlook so far, the Sixers are now, 4-0?
Yeah.
And they have a game tomorrow. I believe they're actually in Portland.
Yeah, we got a 4-game West Coast swing.
Yeah, so they're in
We
Portland.
got
So that's going to be a test.
Saturday. We got my Phoenix Suns Monday.
Okay.
Okay.
Now,
Who's balling right now?
Now, how do you feel about what they did
What, Ayton or which one?
when they waved bye-bye to Pat Bev?
Hey, man.
You ain't heard nobody say that about that.
Hey, man. But that's the thing, though.
Right.
That's that stigma. See, and that's the thing. What worries me is, and I could be overreacting, is the stigma that you get sometimes with the NBA, it translates to the refereeing, how you refereed in the game.
Right.
So the stigma that Embiid is going to start to get, and again, Philly-wise, we love him. We love his passion. But let's look at the NBA. Let's look at the referees in the NBA, okay? And a lot of times, unfortunately, they can deter a game. They can control the game.
Right.
So there might be a game later on in the season, whether hopefully not in the playoffs, don't happen, that they may call a game different because how they feel about Embiid. A la what they did with Draymond at certain times. Now, don't get me wrong, Draymond acted like he was crazy sometimes.
How many championships they won?
4. Which, by the way, they looking at a lottery next year.
Yeah, they're not looking at the lottery.
It's looking like a lottery team.
They're going to be in the lottery.
And you know what's funny? Now that we say that, and we're talking about that real quick,
Go ahead.
where are the Warriors fans at? I just want to know where they at. I haven't found one yet since last year.
Nah. You want to
I digress.
They're going to be like Mike Epson and all about the metrics. 15, 30,
35, 20. 45, 47.
But listen, man, that's where they're going to be at. So
Yes.
transition them.
Yes,
we
sir.
got the Clippers out there. It's real early, but it makes me feel good to know that the Sixers are one of only 2 or 3 unbeaten teams left.
Yeah.
And I feel like if they could jump out and let's ride this thing 6, 7, 8, 9, maybe 10 and 0, like the 01 season. I think
Yeah.
the 01 season we had a 15 started 15 and 0 or something like that.
Yeah.
So get that lead and get as many games up on Milwaukee as you can, because the key to this team making to the finals is getting home court, getting that crowd, having it ride with you all throughout the playoffs, and just go. Never stop. It's not going to be pretty.
Yeah.
You already seen the brand of basketball that we playing. Tough, physical, defensive basketball. Games is not going to look good. It's not going to be up and down the floor hitting the threes. You're not going to see that with JJ.
Nope.
Obviously, Josh Richardson is not a true backup point. That's the one position that I mean, when I'm talking about backup
okay.
point, I'm talking about
Okay.
like I'm gonna be honest with you right now.
Okay.
I'll say this: if they could afford it, this team is a wing bench player away from lighting it up. I know you
Got a name for you.
I know you love Trey Burke, but
Got a name for you.
if this team still could afford TJ right now,
TJ who?
McConnell,
No, stop it.
backup
Stop
point
it.
guard, TA,
Stop
please go ahead,
it.
TA.
I don't want any parts. I don't want any parts.
I'm just saying.
I don't want any
Because
parts of and I love the guy. He's
But we don't
great-
have a true distributor backup point right
but,
now.
But let me tell you why, ladies and gentlemen. And again, I'm that family. I'm done. Yeah, that's all right. I'm that family member.
I'm just saying.
I'm waiting for you, TA. We can do this about your boy.
Look, you got TJ on the mind right now.
Listen. I'm that family member that's going to tell you no. I'm going to take no. That's not a good idea, y'all. I don't think that's me. That's who I am. Listen, we don't need TJ McConnell. We made the right move by getting rid of him.
I'm not.
It's time.
They couldn't afford him.
I'm good with it. We need to move forward,
Okay.
and that's what trade deadlines are for. That's what players getting waived after the deadline. A veteran point guard that you can bring in that fulfill that role. That's who I want. A guy that might have won a championship, may have a year or two left, that might want to come in and play his role on the team. But I got a wing player for you.
Okay, go ahead.
I got a wing player for you, family. Somebody that you might know that makes a lot of sense. I don't think he's going to sign here, but I think the Sixers,
Is he on the team right now?
No, he's not. The Sixers should look into him though, and he actually has played here before. It makes a lot of sense to come off the bench. He's got 3 to 4 championships, right? Three championships. Andre Iguodala makes a lot of sense. Bring him in later on.
No, he's in Memphis. Memphis didn't let him go.
He's not. He's actually in California right now. They're just holding him right now.
Right.
They're trying to work out a deal. He's not going to play for them.
Right. Yeah, of course.
He's not going to play for them. But they're trying to get a trade for him. But eventually he's going to get the buyout. And then once he gets that buyout, if I'm Elton Brand,
But why would he would probably go to L.A. first?
Well, the rumor is Houston. That makes the most sense because Gerald Green's out for 6 to 8 months.
So if that's the case,
but the Sixers, from what I understand, are on the radar for Andre Iguodala.
So why? So this is my thing. If that's the case, right? Mm-hmm. Sixers just trade for him. And sure,
Memphis. I agree with you, but Memphis gonna want a lot for him now. They gonna
think so?
Yeah. They asked Houston for a lot. That's why the talks were on with Houston, but then they broke off because I think what Memphis is asking for, Houston's like, nah, we're not gonna give you all that. We'll just wait. We'll just wait and see what happens later on. But I mean, honestly, that's a guy that you could bring in, and that's one good thing that we haven't been in a while, where they see the team, the landscape, the players will see what the Sixers are doing, and that they are a championship caliber team for real, and that they're a team that should be in the Eastern Conference Finals. So there's a veteran like Iguodala or someone to that nature that may say, you know what, I'll take the league minimum, the veteran minimum, come in and play for a Sixers team that I know is going to be making some noise later on in the season. So that's why I'm saying the point guards, I like the way they're doing it right now, where they're staggering the minutes. You're letting Richardson run with the second team. I'm good with that. I would love to see number 23 in a role. I don't know what the story is with that. I don't know why he's not even getting no minutes. Trey Burke, which I'm not feeling.
Well, it's still early season rotation.
I mean, listen.
Trying to fill itself out.
And again, BB or B twice or Brett Brown, whatever you want to say.
Double Bs.
I don't know what the role is that he's seen or foreseeing for Trey Burke. But again, you're going to always need a guy
right
that can come off the bench and give you instant points. And we have that guy. So, again, Israel, like you said, but this is something that we need to find out and get him involved. Even if it's garbage time, that he's a guy that can give you points at desperate times on the second unit.
Oh, I agree with that. Now, I will say this to that, though. It's 4 games into the season, and we can clearly see that, yes, while this team is a championship-level team,
right,
we also can see the glaring holes on this team
right,
when we talk about backup wing
yes,
and a backup, not a non-scoring point guard. Because when we have Simmons off the floor, who's running the point?
Yeah.
And I love Josh Richardson, but that's not his – I think he's better served as an off-ball. So imagine if we had Simmons come out,
right,
and we had a better true backup point, and you can keep Richardson on the floor as a shooting guard.
Yeah, because he's a combo guard.
He's a combo guard. That's all I'm saying. It does not have to be TJ.
Right.
But somebody
of that caliber. I got what you're saying.
Somebody of that caliber, because I don't think NATO and with all due respect to Burke, I don't think they're it. You see what I'm saying?
Well, NATO's definitely not it. Y'all know how I feel about NATO.
Right.
Definitely not it.
Right.
I think Trey Burke, if you put Trey Burke in a certain role, like I said, like I've been saying,
right, then
I think he's a guy that can give you some help when you need it in spots. But again, I hear what you're saying. We do need
right,
a second guard, a backup guard, I think later on in the season they're going to address that.
Right.
They're going to address it, whether it be at the deadline, whether it be after the deadline, where there's veterans that's going to take buyouts. And I see you, Jesse. Talking about the $17 million, I understand that, and that's why Iguodala hasn't signed yet. Iguodala's going to end up taking a buyout.
Yeah,
because what Memphis is asking for is too much.
So, question for you: we already know we already see Thibault getting minutes,
Thibault.
consistent minutes.
Who's he remind you of? Who's your family? Who does Thibault remind you of? Matthias Thibault.
Matisse.
Matisse. I listen. I know I was gonna tell that man's name. I got the Thibault right though. But anyway, who does he kind of remind? And I'm thinking offhand. I'm seeing somebody right now in my.
Did you just mention him?
Ah,
A young Kawhi.
Young Kawhi. That's
Now,
interesting.
So
What about Iggy?
that's how I just said.
Yeah,
You just mentioned
you
him.
said it. Yeah. That's
So
a good one.
let me ask. So when we get now, the one thing that we have that we wouldn't think we had coming into the season,
Right.
before we saw Thibault take the court, and now what we see with Thibault and where he can kind of fit in,
right.
and his game can grow. If you do get to the trade deadline and you do have an opportunity to improve this team,
Right.
well, we thought we had no assets outside of picks.
Okay.
You may have one, and it was our first round pick last year.
Okay.
I really can't. I'm finding a hard place where to put Zaire at right now, even when healthy.
Yeah.
So if that's truly the
he
case,
disappeared.
if that's truly the case, and there's things that went into that. There's things that went into that, from the moves that they made and the emergence of Thibault going on right now, kind of made Zaire a little, and his own not to say detriments, but his own shortcomings or misgivings with the injuries. So, but Zaire he's a young player, still has some value. So I think that'll be their most valuable trade piece going into the trade deadline.
So you giving up on him?
It's not so much giving up, but all right. So for instance, say right now 4-0, right? So say you come February, come trade deadline time, this team is say 30-5 or 40-5, whatever. They have a very realistic shot that they can do that.
Okay.
If you see that and the writing's on the wall, and that really means like, okay, he went after it last year when it was unsure. When you were kind of. He went out, got Jimmy, went and got Tobias.
He did.
So he went all in.
Yeah.
Imagine if they now
Throw him in the package. I got what you're saying.
right now being 45 wins above 500. I'm shooting that number.
Yeah, I hear what you're saying.
But having a clear shot to have the number 1 overall seed in the East.
Right.
You gotta go.
Yeah, because that window's very, very short. So I mean,
Yes.
I can see them doing some moves like that. Honestly, I'm not sure what it's not health. It's not helpful when we understand, right? With Zaire.
No.
I listen, man. I just think sometimes, man, just guys don't transition well, man. Whatever the case may be, he has the attributes. Yeah, he has. I think he can do something.
Right.
But I just think maybe that first year, I think really messed him up.
Who's Zaire?
Yeah, with the health and everything.
He almost died.
And
wherever China, wherever
it was.
at.
Yeah, but I mean, he just never recovered. I think what they're going to do is they're going to redshirt him a little bit more. Have him go down to Delaware, play him there, see how it works out, and we could see him later on in the season. But I just like the fact, and then the Shake injury was kind of
The Shake injury may be his blessing in disguise,
That may
because
be.
he can start getting those Shake minutes.
that may be
Because I feel like with this
tough for
team,
Shake, but
I feel
good
like
for
with
him.
this team, if we can find a better offensive groove with our defense, you may find a lot of games in the fourth quarter where this team last 4 minutes may be up 8, 10, 15 points.
Yeah.
To where your second unit is going to gain a lot of experience by being on the floor.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. I just think a lot of times it's just a different team altogether, man. And I heard somebody in the chat say that we're fine the way we are. For right now, we are. I agree with that. I do agree that we're going to keep everything the way we are. I think bringing in Horford, man, it makes so much of a difference, man. Not only with Embiid's growth, not only just him, his that way he's playing right now, but just what he does in the locker room. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He's just such an asset. And a lot of people don't realize what he brings. He's just professional. You know what I mean? And having him in that locker room with the young guys is just music to my ears, man.
Now, before we move on to football, as we get throughout the season,
Right.
and we see this team start to gel and start to have some camaraderie and start to have that chemistry. Let us not forget this offseason is big for them, because if they want to keep this team as currently constituted, they're going to have to pay Josh Richardson.
Absolutely. And again, it's the combo. He's the combo guard at least I've been asking for the last 3 years.
Yeah.
And again, I'm a JJ guy. You know, I'm a Duke guy. I love JJ. But listen, man, let's just keep it real, man. And again, I know you guys don't like it, but we weren't going to win with JJ.
No.
We weren't going to win with the McConnells of the world. We had to get longer.
Yeah.
And that's
You had
what
to
we
get better-
did.
you had to get
And
better
we had to get better
defensively.
defensively. Exactly.
Yeah, better and more versatile on the defensive side.
Richardson, the Richardson of the world, the Horfords of the world, that four that we needed that was interchangeable, that can actually play along with Embiid, that can help him on the weak side. It's just a beautiful thing, man. And then defensively, man, you're sprinkling Thibault coming. I mean, right now he's leading the league in steals.
Yeah.
So you sprinkle that in. I think right now the Sixers are top 3 in total defense right now. Might be a little bit more.
I didn't expect them to stay there.
I mean, and so listen, it's going to be bully ball. We're going to back people down. I think right now we're leading in posts going inside in the NBA. We're going to see. This is what we're going to see.
And
This is what we are.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm good with that. You know what I mean? The days of draining the threes all day, which is good to have, but sometimes you got to.
No, I will say this though.
Throwback ball.
Listen, I want to put a PSA out right now.
Go ahead.
Four
Give it to
games
me.
into the season. Listen, Tobias, you J. Cole, look him up. I love you when you on.
Why you hating on him all the time?
But
man?
when you off, that boy is off.
Yeah, I mean, listen. I mean,
When he ain't hitting,
he ain't hitting.
That Atlanta Hawks game, he had some wide.
But that's all right, though.
Wide.
That's okay, though. I want you to
I
shoot.
hear you.
Get out of that.
I hear you.
Sometimes the shooter gets out of this slump by
but
shooting.
5 years, 180 million. 5 years, 180 million.
He still got to figure his way out too, bro. At times.
Listen, dog. That's the same. I don't need that Toby to show up. That's the Toby that cost us game 4.
2 for 13.
That's
Toby.
the Kobe. That's the Toby that cost us game 4 against Toronto.
Your name is Toby.
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 When he hitting, his name Tobias. When he hitting, his name
Toby.
Tobias. But when he missing,
Toby.
it's Toby. That's all I got to say about that. Now listen, before we move on to football, I just want to give a round of applause.
Round of applause. Okay, I like it.
Round of applause.
Yes, sir.
Washington Nationals. I'm happy for Steven Strasburg. The way they screwed him
You
over
think so?
early in his career.
You
Yes.
really cheering on the
I'm
Nationals?
not. I didn't say cheer.
I'm about to say.
I'm going to tip the cap, as we do in baseball, with tip the cap.
Family, how y'all feel about this right here? Y'all
The
feel-
National, I can't for.
We're Philly town, man. We
The
can't give them-
National, I'm just
they're
tipping the
a rival.
cap.
Nah, man, we can't give them love like that,
TA,
man.
can you please?
Nah,
Can we not tip the cap?
We not giving no
Can we
tip.
not tip the cap?
Come on, TA. Listen, we Philly here all day. We're not giving them love. Okay, yes, they won. Hip to do. But
I didn't say love. I said I just tip the cap.
Nah, we're not tipping no caps.
Listen,
take the
when
cap
you
back.
first started,
Take
it
it back.
sounded like a lot of love was
Yeah,
coming.
thank
Right, but
you.
then I scaled it back.
But
Nah,
you
don't
scaled
even-
back and you said tip. Now I'm all
Nah.
for the tip of the cap.
Thank you. That's all.
But I'm not for the love affair before the tip.
Nah, I don't
no,
like
and
that.
it's
I don't like it.
it's not a love affair for Washington
Nah,
Nationals. Hey,
Because guess
listen,
what? They're a rival.
Listen, no.
They're a rival.
Oh, I said one player's name.
All right.
I said Steven Strasburg.
Okay.
And the reason I said his name
Okay.
was because in a little over 13 hours from now,
Right.
he can opt out.
He come to Philly?
He can go where the hell he wants.
I like to have him in Philly.
Especially now.
Right?
His market his value, his stock has
Five
never
and-
been as high as
5-0?
it is right now.
5-0?
So
That
guess
looks good
what?
to me.
If you want him, you got a choice. Garrett Cole, Steven Strasburg. Who you going after?
Listen, all I gotta say is and I know he's gonna segue into kudos. I've been hard on the Phillies.
Mm-hmm.
I know the family's upset with me. I know the family's upset with me when I was talking about the Phillies and how they weren't gonna do anything. Okay, but I have to give them kudos, even though they're 2 years late. Even though they're 2 years late in signing Girardi, because they should have signed Girardi before Coconut Boy. But that's okay. We'll leave that there. Okay, we'll leave it there. It's a new day. All right, it's a new day, a brighter day. We finally got a baseball guy here, so let's keep it going.
Right.
Middleton, Clintac. I know you.
Way to step in,
Hold
John.
on.
Way to step in.
Hold on.
Yes.
Clintac. I know you're in your mama's basement on your little computer, but I need you to step up and I need some pictures. I need to find out what's up with Garrett Cole or Strasburg. That's what I need to see. I like Greg.
So Clintac gonna stay in the mommy's basement. Because I ain't gonna front. If I'm him right now, I ain't saying shit because you know what? I ain't got no power. Because guess who got all the power? Middleton. But now it's
running
one
the
thing
show.
to have all the power.
Yeah.
Now he's wielding the power. You just signed Brian Price.
He needs to.
Who turned down skipper jobs
Right.
to come here to be the pitcher coach.
Okay.
To work with Girardi.
Good.
So
why? Because now you have a baseball guy. You don't have Coconut Boy anymore.
But then see, he's a baseball guy. But now let's not get it twisted.
He's a baseball
let's
guy.
Let's not
and
get
he's
it
got a
twisted.
chip.
He does.
All right.
He messes a little bit with the analytics, but analytics is Yeah, he loves numbers, but numbers isn't everything.
All right, he's a baseball guy.
So
Right, and he's got a chip.
I need to see Spencer Howard up here all year next year. Hopefully he can stay healthy, kill fall ball. Spencer Howard did kill fall ball.
Okay.
And then you go after Strasburg or Garrett Cole. I would love,
Right.
a way we can get Rendon on this team. But there was something brought up to me that I was not aware.
I don't think we get him, bro.
There was something brought up to me that I was not aware of.
Go ahead. What's that?
That
Him and Bryce don't get along?
Him and Bryce don't get along.
Yeah, we not getting – Rendon's going somewhere, L.A. or one of those teams, Boston, big money. We not getting
Him and Strasburg are boys, though.
Ah.
So if Strasburg comes, he'll come.
I'll take Strasburg,
No,
man.
Strasburg and Harper are boys.
I'll take Strasburg.
Ah.
Yeah, they're
Listen,
boys.
get the Brinks truck out. Middleton, get the Brinks truck out. Let's make it happen, all right?
How much you think Strasburg's going to get paid?
Well, he's declining. The come out, he's declining what, 120?
Yeah.
125?
How much you think, 200?
He's going to want 200 at least.
Give it to him. Let's go.
For a 31-year-old pitcher?
Or you go Garrett Cole, which you're probably going to
do
pay
you see
300.
who we got now?
Hold his
Besides
No,
Noah?
I understand that.
All right.
But Garrett Cole's what, 27, 28?
Yeah, he's got to be about 27.
One sack,
something in
one
that
sack,
neighborhood.
one sack.
Listen, all I know is Middleton needs to make some moves. All right, let's make it happen. All right, we got a window.
Born
with
in
the Phillies.
1990, 29.
All right,
29.
29.
So about the
They're
same.
around the same.
Somewhere in the neighborhood.
They're around
Around
the
the
same.
same.
But now they're both Boris guys, so you're paying a lot for
boy,
either
that's
one.
not good.
Now, we have a good relationship with Boris as it is.
Yeah.
For right now. So we'll see. But they definitely need to get some arms. So kudos to the Phillies for doing what you're doing. Watching the Flyers right now, they're up 2-1 on the Devils. We're kind of sitting middle in 500, but please beat the Devils. Please, please, please. And that leads us to the
main
fourth
course.
team in the Philadelphia area.
Okay.
And that's your Philadelphia Eagles, your boys.
Okay.
Man, listen, it was a good win in Buffalo. My family mad at me. I called the win. I felt it.
Oh, they
I
was
won
hurt?
I
Was
won
they-
my football pool at work
Okay.
because one of the key games was the Eagles game, 31-13.
Was it a week, John? Weekly thing? Or
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So
All right.
won 31-13, probably the most complete game that we've seen on offense and defense.
Yeah.
Both units, even special teams
Mm-hmm.
to a point. So right now,
Yeah.
riding into this week.
Let me segue.
Go ahead. Let's go ahead. Hit your Buffalo Bills points real
yeah.
quick.
So this is what we've been asking for, and I know the wind gusts of 35 came. The 35 miles per hour
Okay.
winds rather came into effect. The wind and all that, the rain, but the run game, the ground and pound, man. I mean, Jordan Howard, man. I've been liking this guy. I've always liked Jordan Howard. I've been following him since Indiana.
Well,
And-
Middlebrook about to stand up.
He's
somewhere.
he's getting
wherever
happy.
Bill's at,
He's getting
he's
happy.
standing up.
Billy Middlebrooks.
He's
Billy
standing up.
Middlebrooks. Listen, the kid could play, man.
Yeah.
I mean, we got to steal.
Right now.
Right now we got to steal. But
Go ahead.
who do we have though right now? Who's that home run hitter we've been needing? That home run hitter we haven't had in a while. We haven't had a home run hitter since Westbrook. Nah.
Shady. Young Shady.
Young Shady, exactly.
08, 09
and
Shady.
And Sanders finally starting
Yeah.
to understand whether it's Deuce in the video room showing him different things,
Right.
but he's starting to hit the
Now,
hole.
hold on,
You know
I
what
wanna
I'm
say
saying?
this.
Going forward.
First half, there were some plays,
Mm-hmm.
especially on some of them screens, where I'm literally at the bar with my boys,
Okay.
watching the game, and then I'm like, why does Sanders look like he's running in slow motion? Like he wasn't running 100%.
Because he's trying to still figure it out. He's still the thing is he's reverting back to college. You got to get it, man. You got to hit that hole.
Right.
You got to go in there. You know what I'm saying? And it's like listen, you can't twerk. You can't do the percolator in the hole.
He said you can't
the
twerk.
The Dallas game, he was percolating. Hit the hole, son. I'm saying to him, hit the hole.
His vision,
and the
yeah.
thing is, as soon as he hits that hole, you see what happens. And don't get me wrong. Let's keep it real. The Eagles line played their butts off.
This is what our
played
line is
their
built
line.
for.
And that's our strength, man. And the thing is, I know, like, fast forward to this week, I know Dougie's getting Jackson back. I know we don't know how healthy he's going to be.
It's game time decision
But,
right now.
But, they're saying, but he's going to play. I don't think he should, but that's another story.
Right.
But Dougie needs to stick to the script, man. You got to ground and pound, man. It's got to be a balanced attack. Of course, you're going to throw the ball, of course.
Right.
You know, but he's got to stick to the script. I know you're getting Jackson back, and you're going to get happy, and you're going to want to throw the rock. You're at home and all that. But stick, especially against the Bears.
Without now, Akeem Hicks
Right.
is
Without
Akeem Hicks
Akeem
is on IR,
Right.
so they could be susceptible to the run, and that's how you want to attack this team.
And I'm glad you said that because their linebackers, they're very fast. But one thing about speed, to actually get to that or actually, go against that, you want to run at them downhill.
Yeah, north-south, yeah.
North-south.
No,
and then
east-west.
After a while, that attrition, third or fourth quarter, they're getting wear down because they're smaller.
Did you hear what Jordan Howard said?
What did he say?
He said by the fourth quarter they didn't want to tackle us.
Exactly.
They didn't want to tackle
because
us.
you're coming downhill, man. And after a while, man, Jordan Howard's a big boy. He's not a small dude. He's coming at you full speed, bam, bam, bam. It's rough, man.
Right.
You feeling it?
So right now, going into this week, before we get into the heavy the preview of the Eagles Bears, right now, from what you've seen so far, when used the right way, would you Joe Banner Jordan Howard right now? Would you try to sign him to a under market value deal? I'm talking like maybe 2 years, $10 million.
I would visit it. I would definitely visit. I mean, right now, strike while the iron's hot. He's playing right now. I mean, let's just say he continues to do what he's doing. He had 23 carries last week for 96 yards. Let's just say Dougie doesn't revert back to the little Andy Reid and throws the rock 85 times. Okay. And they continue to stick with the script and have the ground attack and have the balance attack, and he's getting the ball, let's say 20 times a game. He's a guy that can have 1,000 yards easily. So now you're talking about the market might be a little bit different for a guy that's a top 10 running back as opposed to a top 15 running back. So you strike while the iron's hot. If you could talk to his agent, see if you can get a player-friendly or team-friendly deal, then you do it. You know what I mean? So, I mean, that's something that I'm quite sure maybe how he's looking into after the deadline now that's over. You know what I mean? So we'll see what happens going forward.
Well, now let's speak about this real quick.
The deadline situation, right?
It was it was a deadline.
Yeah.
That's exactly what happened.
Yeah.
The line was ringing and the phone was dead on both ends because ain't nobody do jack shit.
Well, let me say this to that. There was talks. There was definitely a lot of talk.
It was of course.
There was a whole bunch of talk. But
a whole bunch of talking.
Think, listen, a lot of people. I think we as fans, and not all of us, but just the majority of the fan base, I think we're spoiled.
You think so?
I
And when
think,
it comes to football,
I think we're spoiled because I think we're spoiled from 2017 because of how he did as far as the moves he made, and I think
But
the
that was
expectations. I
Go
understand
ahead,
we're
go
all in. The expectations are different. I think because of that, our expectations are high now to where we expect everything to always happen with the deal. Now, here's the thing. I'm quite sure how we looked into a lot of these deals. And from what I understand, it's being reported that he was trying to get Robbie Anderson, but the asking price was too much. Joe Douglas won the second round for Robbie Anderson, which I don't agree with. So I agree with Howie by not making that move. And you might bash Howie and say, well, he should have made the move. But you're giving up a second for Robbie Anderson. Robbie Anderson's not worth a second. He's worth maybe a third, maybe a fourth, if that.
well, that's what they got was a fourth.
Yeah, so I mean, making that move for Robbie Anderson, and then there was another the Chris Harris situation that they won the second as well.
Yeah.
How we didn't move on it. Okay, listen, the bottom line is at the end of the day, right, wrong, and different, whether we agree or not. How he's going with his guys. And what me and TA was talking about on break. You coming in hot, I like it. How he feels that the guys that he has right now is adequate. We may not agree with it, but he's going with his guys.
So
having the Jernigan coming back,
right?
Having the Maddox coming back, having the Jackson come back, and like TA said it, it's like having a trade deadline if you think about it.
It is, but I'm so mad at him for not addressing another defensive tackle and an insurance policy for Desean Jackson.
Yep.
I'm so upset about that. Emmanuel Sanders, Mohamed Sanu. But Bill Bell.
What was the asking price for Sanders?
What was it, 3-4?
He got a third. They gave up a third and a fourth.
Yeah.
You don't have any rap run on this team.
Whether we agree or not, how he's keeping his draft
Listen,
picks. I understand.
Hey, you want to put the second oldest roster in football together? Then you got to be all in on some guys.
I get it.
Come on.
I get it, but Howie's saying, let me keep my picks. Let me hold on to the future.
I understand what happened.
And I agree with y'all, what y'all about to say. Howie's been sucking that draft. I get that.
I'm not even going to say that. I'm going to say that you got a chance to win now. You're in win now mode. Now, I will disagree with one thing. I'll disagree with Bill Middlebrook. To tell me to get a clue about for not wanting Josh Gordon Because
let's bring that up. Yeah.
Bill. He looks like a tight end, Bill.
Billy.
Have you watched him play this year?
Yeah.
And you're gonna tell me what he ran on a treadmill? I don't care what he ran on a treadmill, Bill.
Yeah.
You understand? You brought it up five. You brought it up 5 times like this guy Josh Gordon from 3 years ago. All right. He put on weight. He doesn't look as good.
Yeah.
And New England said you ain't as good. So guess what, Bill? You're gonna tell me to get a clue? Is he better than the receivers on our roster? Let me tell you something. No, he's not. Because if you can't play there when they need wideouts, you can't play anywhere.
So, and I agree with you. I mean, he's just
Damn it. You don't have a tight end? You want our tight end, Bill? That's what you want? You want our tight end?
Go 31 personnel.
And let's keep it real. I like Billy Milbrooks. I agree with a lot of stuff you say, buddy. But this one I agree with TA. He's not the same player, man. He gained weight. He's big. He looks like a tight end. He really does like a tight end. He looked like he can play next to Ben Watson on the line. And again, it's that stigma. If New England's passing up on you like that, there's something wrong. Now, let me say this to that. I do think we're going to make a couple more moves. All right?
How? Where?
One move, and TA and I talked about
Lindsey
this.
ran 25 miles an hour on the field this year, Bill.
Who's that?
Show me that. You showed me
He
that.
said that? Where?
Yeah. You're going to tell me on a treadmill.
He said 25 miles an hour.
Yeah,
Where?
on a treadmill. On a treadmill. Would
I
you
don't know
stop
about
it?
that.
Would you stop it?
Billy, let me finish my point.
Go ahead.
I don't know about that, Bill. I think they're going to add Jordan Matthews. It's not popular.
What?
Silencio. It's not a popular move. I know the family might not agree with it, but at the end of the day, I think they're going to assess where Hollins is as far as his worth in the offense. And I think they're going to keep Hollins. Of course, they're not going to get rid of Hollins because what he does on special teams.
Right.
But I think they need to upgrade at the fourth wide receiver. And who better to bring than a guy like Matthews? Matthews not only is Carson's boy, but he is an upgrade over Hollins. So you bring him in, a guy that's not going to be ruffle any feathers. He's good for the chemistry. He's good for the locker room. He's good for the wide receiver room. You bring him in, and then at spots he can make plays for you, and he's sure-handed. So he's a guy that I think they may bring in. I would say next week to catch up with the offense over the break. I do see another defensive player. I'm not sure who's going to be, but I think they're going to bring, to answer your question, I do think they're going to bring another defensive tackle in. I'm not sure who's going to be, but I think Howard's going to make a little small move here and there to get ready for the championship run.
So I'm going to address all your things at one.
Go ahead.
At one. First, 2017, Howie did that shit once again from the perch of power. Okay? That was one. This deadline was like a damn 8th grade school dance. It was all the GMs on both sides of the damn dance floor. Ain't nobody want to come to the middle of talk and dance. I can't stand this shit. They overvalue their picks. You could thank New England for oversetting the market for trading a second from Mohamed Sanu. Straight up and down. That's what set the market. So I can't even fault Joe Douglas asking for a second round pick for Robbie Anderson because that's what the market was set at. He didn't get it. Everybody was cool. Chris Harris, kind of the same thing. You saw it with all the Jamal Adams talks. This is my thing. When it comes to Howie, I don't give him this unabashed, unopposed view of this respect like he actually did this shit consistently. Mm-hmm. He, out of all the darts he had, all the years he been a GM, he hit a balloon once, and that was 2017. They brought us to the Super Bowl. But guess what, Howie? You got to do this shit more consistently because that is what New England does. Every year they're there. Regardless, it's not easy. If it was easy, if we could be armchair GMs and we can get the shit work, I would be in an over Carolina complex.
I could be. The problem is, Pete, you're spot on. When you do, we could always hang our hat on like, okay, you do this, you sign free agents well, and you trade well, right?
That's it.
But then you don't draft well.
No
okay?
development.
But so we can say, okay, well you'll do well in these spots. Well, free agency did a good job. Injuries hit him, but now you have a chance at the deadline to upgrade your team in different little ways.
And he didn't want to do it.
And you didn't want to do it. And I agree with E that it is like free agency a little. I mean, a trade deadline, getting a lot of your guys back. Mm-hmm. Right. But I still want insurance policies for Desean and Timmy Jernigan.
But now this is the thing though: the insurance policies for Desean and Jernigan should have came in the fucking draft. They should have came as development. You shouldn't have had to do this. And this is the other thing, real quick, before you go.
No, JJ. It's ridiculous that other young wideouts are good enough.
So
he's not.
That was
upsetting.
Yeah, I'll flip-flop a point real quick. You spoke about Jordan Matthews. You need to upgrade a 4-5 receiver. I tell you what, your upgraded 4-5 receiver should be your fucking second-round pick. You don't need to bring nobody else. Don't cut somebody to bring Matthews in when you already got somebody like that in JJ who's younger.
I agree with that. See, the thing is, guys, we don't know what's going on in those 4 walls.
I don't care. They're not.
We don't know.
I'm here. I'm here talking to the fam.
I agree with you as far as how in his drafting it's been horrible, and how there's picks that he missed on. I mean, he missed on the kid from the kid on Pittsburgh was a third round pick, Deontay Thomas. He's killing it.
Thompson.
I mean, I can go down. Metcalf's doing his thing. I mean, I can go down the line, but for whatever reason, and whether it's the wide receiver coach not developing correctly, something's going on. Something that we don't know. Something that me personally, I think they gave up on him too soon. I mean, the kid is playing. The kid's in a big game. He drops the ball, and then he just doesn't see the field no more. Something just not right. So we don't know what's going on behind those four walls and why he's not. Is he not catching on the offense quick enough?
So Bill's telling me.
What's Bill said?
Bill's telling me that Sanu sucks.
What?
So now Gordon's better than Sanu, Bill. So the Patriots cut the better of the two. Are you kidding me? Come on, Bill.
He said Sanu
I
sucks?
love you to death, but Sanu's going to be a bigger impact on New England
bet
than Josh Gordon is.
I bet you right now.
Yeah.
Right now. Mm-hmm. This is why Belichick did that. Wait until the playoffs, right? When everybody else, their game planning gets real tight, and the game calling gets real tight, Belichick gets loose, right? Because the last thing they expect in the trick play. Now you have Edelman and Sanu, who both
are quarterbacks in college.
Quarterbacks.
Yeah.
Watch what happens.
I can see it.
Watch what happens. That's the next level thinking. But
so wait a minute. I just want to comment. So I just want to go round the back. So Billy Middlebrooks, you my man. You're my boy. But you said Sanu stinks. Did he say that?
That's what he said.
I don't know. I don't know how he's getting that. I don't know where he's getting that from. Would you rather have Sanu right now?
Get off Kyle's post, Bill.
Would you have Sanu? Would you rather take Sanu right now? If you got
I would take Sanu. I would take Sanu over Jeffrey. Straight up and down right now.
With the healthy Jeffrey?
But when is he healthy?
When is he healthy? I'll give you that.
He's been so nicked up.
I just wanted both.
You said what?
I wanted both.
Yeah, I would take them both. I would have. Yeah.
Because right now you look at it like you look at this offense, and at some point in time they're going to have to pass the ball, but our passing concepts are lacking, and Peterson and Groh can only do so much. I really feel like Peterson has to do double the work for Groh because I don't have faith in Groh. I don't have faith in. So, but we have to execute, and we'll see going into this game Sunday at the Linc with the Bears, which is a game I think they can win. And if you want to break it down, what the keys are, we could definitely get into that.
Before I do that, now listen, Jake, my man Jake says it's something very key, which I do agree. Since the Lions game, Whiteside has only played 26 snaps.
Yeah,
that's just something's wrong, man.
Whose fault is that? Like who?
Something's wrong. Something's wrong.
Right. So, but yet we got now. Don't get me wrong. I think he's the most explosive player on our offense.
Yep.
I'm not talking about Sanders.
What are you talking about?
I think Aguilar's way more explosive than Sanders.
Oh yeah.
So, but you got Aguilar out here who they trust. This is slightly more, but has also had the drops. My thing is this: you had Matt Collins.
You got 9 million reasons too.
Right. Matt Collins played every game in October.
Yeah.
And didn't even get targeted.
Yeah, well, I think he's there.
Targeted.
That's
not drops.
345 snaps.
He had no targets.
345 snaps.
So you mean to tell me? But this is my thing. So JJ, if I'm him, damn, what do I need to do?
There's gotta be something going on where whether it can't be he's not picking up because he's smart. He's a smart kid. He went to Stanford. He's got to be picking up what's going on in offense. So it's just maybe he's not developing as quickly as they thought he would. Maybe it's kind of like a redshirt year for them thinking that. And that's why the Jordan, to me, and some people may agree with this, the Jordan Matthews thing makes sense. It's not sexy. They could have made,
I just don't understand why
you
would do that, though, because you kept Greg Ward. You put him on the 53.
That's another guy. I don't understand why
you put him on the 53.
He doesn't even see nothing.
You had
activated
Mark and Michelle, Sony Michelle's brother, who was a burner. You had him. You released him. He ain't get picked up. He still ain't doing shit.
Yeah.
So I get what you're saying, but I feel like it's a fail-safe. So I feel like not only is the NFL itself to shield the good old boy Necker when it comes to coaches or offensive coordinators, but these coaches or offensive coordinators, they get these players that they love and that they're comfortable with, and they may not be the best tool for the job, but yet because they the better who they know.
But he makes a lot of sense because, as I said earlier, he's a guy that can come in. He's going to be a locker room guy. Those guys that you named, the Greg Wards of the world, the Michelles of the world, they say have the talent, but Matthews is a leader. He'll be a leader in their locker room, in that wide receiver room where they're struggling. Let's keep it real. In the wide receiver room, they're struggling right now. So maybe having a guy like Jordan Matthews coming in helps to bring the guys more together, helps to bring that chemistry together more. I understand what you're saying as far as
I think that shit is overrated to me.
You think what? Bringing Matthews in?
I think all that chemistry and all that locker room.
What does Carson Wentz think? Not about what we think, right?
What's Carson has to do with the wide receiver room?
What I'm saying is Carson's familiar with a guy like Jordan Matthews. He's a guy that he can trust in a tough moment, which he has. Let's keep it real. His first game coming back last year, what was the pass? 50-yard pass in Tennessee? Touchdown.
Yeah.
Right to Matthews.
That's all well, but then that was it. This is my thing.
He hear what
you're saying, but this is even Carson to a certain point. We need to stop coddling this team from all the way from Howie all the way down to Carson. I need to stop holding their hands because you know what can quell all that? Winning.
Yeah.
Winning.
Well, it solves a lot. Absolutely.
Winning solves a lot.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So I don't listen. The chemistry thing. I don't want players in the locker room that's going to be at each other's throat. But I also don't want players in the locker room where they're going to sing Kumbaya every day. I want it to be a competitive atmosphere that's very respectful.
I just need guys.
I just don't think Matthews gives you that. I don't think Matthews challenges those young players to get better because they're already better athletes than him. That's your opinion. I'm just giving you my opinion.
I just think they need somebody that's going to help at times when they need a catch, they need somebody that's going to come in and help at times. I think he's a guy that can do that for them. I mean, we'll see. It's just a thought. It is an actual rumor that is out there and is brewing. So all I'm saying is don't be shocked if it happens going forward.
Now, John Dugan says, do we think Dillard can handle Mac? Nobody can handle Mac.
He's going to have problems. What he needs to do, and I'm glad we'll get right into the keys. What he needs to do is they need to chip him, whether it be with the running back, whether it be bringing the tight end over, Goddard in particular.
Or just get everything away from him.
Get
Carson out the pocket.
Or you can bring him in and run a screen right at him. That works as well. Tight end screens, wide receiver screens, halfback screens. When you're playing a guy like Khalil Mack, and again, he has 5 sacks right now, 7 sacks. It's a down year for him, but it's still a good year for him. If you think about other defensive ends. But I just think Dillard is going to struggle at times. But this is where Dougie P puts him in the right situation, puts him in a better situation to where, like I said, you run the plays I was saying.
Yeah.
So, I mean, going forward, I think we'll be fine.
Use the aggressiveness against him. But
absolutely.
I like to see Carson more out of the pocket, get him on the move. And the biggest thing is we saw Sunday, when you have a quarterback that isn't a burner, doesn't have to run for 50, 60 yards, but when you have a quarterback that can just run for 10, 15 yards at a time, like Carson can, and did at that point, and we could tell that he has the faith in his knees, and he's not thinking about the injury.
Right.
So when you have that adds another dimension to it as well. Even if Desean isn't 100%, if Desean is just on the field, that's going to open up a little bit more. Because guess what? I tried to tell y'all this. Listen, I'm not trying to toot my own horn with this. But ever since Deshaun's been gone, the last 3 games, Goddard has out-targeted Ertz.
Well,
you see what I'm saying?
I agree with you saying with that, but
Ertz wants
they're keying him. They're keying him more often. He's getting double a lot, bro. He's getting double a lot, rightfully so.
George Kittle just ran through 4 motherfuckers last night.
He did.
You see what I'm saying?
But that goes to what you've been saying though. How much does that might grow?
Not just grow.
Putting him in the right situation.
Right.
Dougie P. Right. Putting Ertz in the right. Okay, yes, we know Ertz is getting double teamed, but let's put him in a situation to where we can get him open. Let's figure out some type of plays where I don't know whether it be pick, whether it be something, tight end screen, get him involved somehow. But that's more of the design, the development of the coaching staff, what they're not doing with the players on a consistent basis, getting these guys in the right position.
Right.
Different with Kittle. Obviously, freaking Shanahan's a freaking savant. He's an offensive savant right now. The way he's just, they're balling right now. So, I guess that's what the difference is with a Kittle as compared to Ertz. Coaches.
Listen. This team in the offseason, regardless of where the season goes, regardless of where Sunday leads us, this team in the offseason, Peterson needs to surround himself with another offensive coordinator.
Yeah.
Another offensive mind because McVay.
Even a consultant. I got what you're saying.
Yes, something.
Yeah.
because McVay, Shanahan, they are running circles.
Yeah.
Bieniemy in Kansas City.
Well, let me say this to that.
Even now, Matt LaFleur's offense is starting to kick in Green Bay.
McVay, the least catching up to McVay. You can't. Well, you might say, well, last week they blew up Cincinnati.
Are they?
But
Cooper
Cincinnati,
Kupp had 220 yards in the game.
But who they play last week?
But they did play Cincinnati.
All right, well, there they go. That's your answer. And they played Atlanta the other game.
But I think
Atlanta,
if you can average 24 points or more in this league, that means you have an offense.
Don't get me wrong. He's still doing his thing. He's still doing his thing. But they caught up to him. They haven't caught up to Shanahan yet. They're not.
They won't.
Exactly. They're not going to.
Shanahan been doing this shit since Washington when RG3 was a rookie.
Matt Ryan ain't been the same since.
This is the same offense that you saw when Mike Shanahan was the head coach of Washington.
Yeah.
And RG3's rookie year, they won a division. Okay.
With some new wrinkles.
And Sean McVay was underneath of that. Then
and Matt LaFleur.
And Matt LaFleur too. Yeah. And then after that, Shanahan goes to Atlanta. We all know what happens there. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And he pressed Matt Ryan. That first year, Matt Ryan couldn't stand Kyle Shanahan.
Yep.
And now look at him in San Francisco on his own team.
Yep.
Dog, I don't know how it's gonna stop. I don't know how you're gonna stop it, bro.
If you're what's his name? If you're a fan of Atlanta Falcons, and you had him right in your backyard, and you had the chance, well, I'm quite sure if they would have offered a job to him and fired Dan Quinn, he would have took it. Mm-hmm. Do you have some I guess not buyer's remorse, but you have some regrets about Shanahan being in your backyard? I would.
Now, I mean, Dan Quinn is done in Atlanta. I don't know.
It's a wrap for him.
I don't know if he. I don't know.
He might be the first one to go.
I'm saying I don't know if he's gonna make it. He may not make it through the season.
Yeah.
So at that point, and if I'm Atlanta and I'm Arthur Blank and Thomas Dimitroff, I'm looking at it like, where do we really go? So real quick, we're gonna get into the picks and start wrapping this thing up.
Yes, sir.
Eagles, Bears. I already know Bears defense is tough. I don't have any. I thought Matt Nagy was a fraud anyway.
Yo, I just want to say this.
Go ahead.
Quick. Bill Middlebrooks is fat. Billy, I love you, man, but you're really fascinated with Josh Gordon. I don't know where the love affair is.
I'm telling you, when he falls in love with a player, bro, he falls in love with a player.
I like Josh Gordon last year, a couple years ago. This Josh Gordon is just different, man. It's not the same guy. And I was rooting for him.
Right.
You know, he was on a sticky icky for a while. He got himself together.
Still on it.
He's still on a sticky icky?
Amongst
other things. I don't know. But anyway, I want the guy to be successful, but he's too big, man. He's got to get it down. I don't know what's going on.
He will.
Go ahead, bro.
So I got the Birds winning the game. I'm thinking
okay.
27.
Oh, you giving scores now?
27-17, 27-21. You know what I mean? I'm going to try to stick my toe in the water.
What is it? 20 was it?
I said 27-17, 27-21, something
all
like
right,
that.
I like
27-20.
All right, so you got the Eagles. I'm feeling the same way. The line is what, 3.5, y'all? Y'all can probably family probably.
I think it's 5.
Is it 5 now?
Something like that. 4 or 5.
TA is it 5 or 3.5?
I'll find out.
But anyway, I just think it's gonna be a tight game in the beginning. But I think Mitchell Trubisky's just too bad, man. He's just
too bad.
He's just that bad. I mean, honestly, I thought he was going to be better than what he is right now, and maybe he may turn around. But I just think
it don't matter
because of him. We definitely got a fighting chance. We got a real good fighting chance to win this game. At least 27. I'm gonna say 10. 27. It'll be tight. It'll be tight for a while, but then I think you're gonna get a couple turnovers, and we'll be in their zone where we can score right away. So that's why I'm thinking it's 27-10.
The Eagles are 4.5-point favorites.
4.5. Okay.
So Trubisky is over for him. He'll never be the same. You know why? Because Deshaun Watson and Pat Mahomes is in this draft class. He'll never be the same.
Man, that's a hurt piece for him.
It'll never be the same. It's outside of winning a Super Bowl.
And when that fan base gets on you down over there,
they already starting to turn. You heard they
booed him.
They
twice.
Booed him. Yeah. That was the only reason why they didn't have a perfect paper last week.
I think he's got to get a steady run game. I'll not have.
Well, Singletary had a good game last week.
Who? Montgomery, you mean?
Montgomery. I'm sorry.
I mean, yeah, but it's not. He's not. I don't know if it's an Andy Reid thing, but his proteges, man. It's like they go different places. And Matt, don't get me wrong, Matt Nagy had a great year last year. Mm-hmm. But at times, it's like he goes away from what works.
Right.
This kid needs a
balance.
A la who? A la Andy, right?
Right.
A la Doug. All his proteges do the same thing. That's what I'm saying. All his proteges do the same thing. So my point is, he needs, because he's struggling like that, they have to figure a balanced attack. And for some reason, it's not consistent. And don't get me wrong, he's made some horrible throws. His throwing, his mechanics is off. there's a lot going on with him. But Nagy's just got to put him in better situations. And I think right now he's just, for us, it's going to be good. But, I mean, for them, it's bad going forward.
TA, who we got? Who you got? You got Eagles, Bears. I mean, who we pick? 31-17. All right, so I don't know if you heard that, but that deep-ass voice over there in the corner said 31-17.
So Bill, I want to comment back to Bill Middlebrook.
Okay.
My man. He says, I'm not in love with him. I'm not in love. I'm in love with what the team needs are. I get what you're saying. But honestly, they're not going to bring – listen, there's 20-something teams passed on him. He was on a waiver claim. 23 teams passed on him, right?
Yeah.
Listen, I'm quite sure people might have made a phone call to New England, find out what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
There's a reason why a lot of teams pass on him, man.
Especially like teams like the Jets who they have no wide receivers.
Exactly.
So but I want to say this, though, real quick, Bill. If you could buy a Corvette Z06 2020, right, banging that sports car, it don't do you no good if you don't know how to drive a stick shift. That's why I'm trying to get people to look at the bigger picture. I want us to be in the season.
Your boy.
I want us to be in the season. I want us to be in this game on Sunday at the Linc at 1 o'clock. Our hearts are going to be there. But at the same time, I want y'all minds to think about who we have leading our offense as far as coaching and game planning. You had Golden Tate, you gave up a third-round pick for, and you had Mike Gross say, I don't know how to work him into the offense. You had J.J. Arcega-Whiteside as your second-round pick and said he was a developmental player. So this is all I'm saying to you. Even if they would have got Josh Gordon, even if they had traded for Robbie Anderson, I'm sitting here telling you, there's a part of me that still believes that we got a coach that don't know what the hell to do with him in the first place.
I wholeheartedly agree with that, man.
So while we in it now, I just want people to keep a keen mind and to keep keen thought to listen. In the offseason, this offensive coordinator position has to change.
It's going to change. It's listen, whether he gets demoted or whether he hits the skid kids. Or gets kicking if he's kicking the rocks, it's gonna be doing something.
Hit the skids, kid.
Hit the skids, kid. I mean, I just think he's inept. That's the best way to say it. He's inept.
So that's why I don't expect nothing.
So
from him.
I agree with what you're saying. I wholeheartedly agree with that. And you've been really harping on that, and you have been honing on that, and I agree with you wholeheartedly. And again, Bill, and I respect your opinion, man, but I just think, like Pete said, man, you can't if you're gonna give me somebody like Josh Gordon that still has some attributes. Let's keep that real. Right. He's got attributes. A guy that can't figure out how to use Nelson Aguilar. Okay, Nelson Aguilar does.
Exactly.
Nelson Aguilar does have his issues with drops and all that, but he's still your most explosive player. And you can't get him, and you have him in spots, and you don't know how to get him involved.
Yeah.
When's the last time you ran a wide receiver screen to Aguilar? I can count on one hand, maybe once or twice this year.
In Minnesota, you was running them shits to Alshon Jeffrey.
Come on, man. Like, something ain't right, bro.
Nah. So, next game on the docket, we got Vikings at Chiefs for the PSG picks.
All right. So, I'm hopping on this one. Vikings at Chiefs. I'm going Vikings right now. I think now Kirk Coupons is balling right now.
Coupons.
He's balling right now.
Coupons.
You know what? He's a regular season champion. I'm going to say that. He's a regular season champion. He's going to show you. He's going to give you. He's like that girlfriend that you had back in the day, and she was bad. She was all that. She was off the hook. But then game time came, she wasn't off the hook.
Listen.
And that's Kurt Coupons.
You know who Kurt Coupons giving out coupons for?
Who?
My fantasy team.
All right, he is.
Ever since I picked him up, boy.
I got him too right now.
I'm on like a 4-game winning streak,
But,
and I think it's going to keep going because
keep going?
I just don't see with the Chiefs. They just don't have enough. And don't get me wrong, the Packers came in there and they put up some points. And I understand it was the system. I understand it was Aaron Jones, and it was Matt LaFleur's offense.
Right.
Now you think that was something? Now, don't get me wrong. Kirk Coupons is no Aaron Rodgers, but listen, everything else on that offense is better.
I mean, you still got Diggs, you still got Thielen.
Diggs.
I mean,
and now you got Dalvin Cook and that Gary Kubiak zone running scheme.
That's a
bro,
problem.
it can get tooty.
I
can get ugly.
I just think right now they're still trying to rebound. They're still trying to figure out their identity without Mahomes right now. And I just think right now the way that offense is clicking with the Vikings right now, I got the Vikings winning this game. And actually, I'm not sure what the line is, but I actually have the Vikings winning big on the road, and I'm going 31-21, putting up that much points on the road against the Chiefs.
I can see that. I think it's good because even with Matt Moore, Kansas City was able to move the ball.
Right.
And that's kudos to Andy Reid. With a backup quarterback, it may not be obviously not going to be the same as having Mahomes.
No.
But with that being the same time, Andy Reid with a backup quarterback is not going to be like other coaches with a backup quarterback,
right.
Especially when he has time to prep.
Yeah.
We got Colts Steelers 1:00 in Pittsburgh. I'm taking the Colts. I think it's going to be a tight game. I'm not a fan. I'm not a big believer in Mason Rudolph up to this point. But this is the complete opposite when I talk about Mike Groh.
Okay.
Frank Wright is the complete opposite. Frank Wright, he got Jacoby Brissett out there looking like, Daniel almost Carson Wentz-esque. To be honest with you.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, I just think now T.Y. Hilton is out. He's out 3 to 4 weeks, so that's going to be a little tough. But I think, if you have fantasy, I would the kid Pasquale. I can't remember his first name.
Zach Pasquale.
He's going to be a big.
And they also got the boy from Ohio State,
Paris Campbell.
Paris Campbell.
He's been good in spots, but he's a little bit inconsistent at times. But I think with Hilton being out, he'll be a good attribute for them this week. I just think it's going to be tight. No James Conner, he's out.
Okay.
Benny Snell's got the legal issue going on right now. I'm trying to think who the other running back is. I think Samuels is his name.
Jalen Samuels.
Yeah, I just think it's going to be too much. I think you got a 5-2 Colts team who's clicking on all cylinders right now. Brissett's looking good. Their defense is coming up in spots. So I just think it's going to be a tight game. I'm going is at Pittsburgh. So I'm thinking 2014 Colts.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
I can see that. All right, next we got Panthers versus Titans. I did not know you put this one on here.
Yeah, it wasn't a lot of good games this week.
No, it wasn't.
Well, not at all.
So, take the under in this game.
Yeah, because that Titans defense and the Panthers defense is going to be low scoring.
Well,
game.
I can't say the Panthers defense because San Francisco did put up 51
That's
points on
San Fran. You can't go by that. Otherwise, the Panthers have a good defense, bro.
I expect that.
Anyone San Fran goes against is going to get whacked.
heavy dose of Derrick Henry and also heavy dose of Christian McCaffrey.
Yeah.
I just think that the Titans, can't let them say this, Titans had the better quarterback in Ryan
Tannehill?
Tannehill.
Okay.
Over Kyle Allen. And I like the Titans defense. It's not lights out, but it's top 5. And DVA overall. I like the Titans, man. I like the Titans.
I don't know, bro. Kyle Allen's looking pretty good. I'm gonna tell you this though. Uncle Junebug.
You call him Uncle Junebug.
That's what he look like. I don't know what's going on right now. So where in the world is Cam Newton? And I'm just talking about not the injuries. I'm talking about his personality, the hair, the Uncle Junebug look, the Aunt Faye look he has, the scarf, the hats. I just don't know what's going on.
He done.
He looked like my auntie. I don't know. But anyway, I digress. He looks like an auntie. So with that being said, he better get back on the field because it ain't looking too good for him, bro. I think he's gonna be getting traded next year.
It could be.
I think he's going, but I think Kyle Allen, man. I just
remember
he looks good, man. I think he's going to win this week. I think this week is going to be another week where, what is he 5-2 right now?
No,
what is it
4-3.
Is he 4-3? No,
They started the season 0-2, and then
Right?
they won 4 in a row, and then they just lost.
Check that again on TA. I thought they were like
They're 4-3.
They're 4-3.
And they had a bye already.
I just think this week they're going to win. It's going to be a tight game, but I think he's going to prevail in this one. I'm going 21-18, something like crazy score like that, 3 points. But I think you're going to see a lot of run CMC. He'll have a couple touchdowns. And I think you'll see a pick from Tannehill in the last key moments. By the way, they got away with one last week, the Titans. That Tampa Bay game, that was – Tampa Bay got robbed, man. Did you see that play? They got robbed, bro.
Mike Evans still had a day.
Oh, Mike, listen, fantasy,
Yeah.
Mike Evans and Godwin.
I know TA was screaming for Mike Evans in the trade deadline. But
He was. What was that asking price, though, for Mike Evans? Anyone know?
Probably a first and some change.
Listen, I'm going to say this to the family. I'm going to say this to y'all. Howie is not giving up the future.
He needs to draft better.
Whether we agree, as I said earlier,
That's all I'm saying.
He does. I agree with that. But right now, he's not going to give the future.
Right. I
Mean,
mean,
keep in mind what people need to realize, we got to pick Carson soon. We got to break the first couple years.
his stint hasn't started for a while.
What he's realizing, right, the next couple years, like I said.
Right.
So what he's realizing is I got to hold on to my future because at the end of the day, a lot of the cap room that I have now, I'm not going to have. So
he's not going to have that flexibility.
hence, he's got to hit on these draft picks, Howie. But so in other words, he's not going to give up draft picks.
Right. So
that's the whole point.
So all right. So with that being said, you know that now.
We all know that, right?
The draft in 2020.
He better hit.
If he doesn't, are you coming to my side?
Oh, yeah, I probably am.
Okay,
Probably
that's all
am.
I'm saying.
I probably
There's
am.
room over here, brother.
I'll come right with you, bro.
There's room
and
over-
I'll be on a year.
There's room over
I'll
here,
be on
brother.
a year-to-year lease like you.
Thank
all right?
you very much.
All right, I'll give you that.
So last game,
Yes, sir.
Sunday Night Football. We got Pats at Ravens. Ravens coming off the bye.
That's
Pats.
gonna be a good one, man.
That
gonna be a good one.
that defense. Now I will say this though, if Nick Chubb can hold on to the damn ball, that game may be completely different because they ran the ball up and down on New England. But when you get down 14-17, nothing, you seen what happened with the Eagles against Dallas. There's not much you can do.
Nope.
And you're not going to throw your way back on that secondary.
Nah.
And especially with Belichick at the defensive helm as a mastermind.
Nah.
So with that being said, though, my heart wants to go Ravens.
My mind's telling me no.
My mind's telling me not to go against the Empire, brother. I can't.
The hoodie.
I can't, bro. I can't.
I
don't know how they gonna do it.
All y'all Star Wars fans. He be like, ain't that how Belichick talks? But anyway, I just think I agree with you, man. Belichick's going to – right now he's probably in the lab right now thinking of ways how to stop Lamar Jackson, think about all his deficiencies and how I can exploit him. That's what he's doing right now in the film room. I mean, and the thing is, it's going to be tough for the kid, man. It's going to be tough. He's playing against one of the greatest defensive coaches ever. But it's going to be tight, though. It's not going to be cakewalk for Brady. It's going to be a tight game.
Yep.
It's going to be a battle. It's going to be bloodthirsty, the whole 9 yards. But I still got the Pats winning. I got them winning 23-20.
Yeah, I can see that. Like, listen.
It's going to be tight, though.
I can see the Ravens. My heart wants them to say they can
Me
win.
too.
But on my football pools, I went with the Pats.
Oh, you did?
I went with the smart money. Yeah.
I went with who'd I go with this week? I went with the Bills. Bills and
Oh no,
Washington.
I'm not talking about the survivor pool.
I
I'm
need
talking
Survivor.
about my survivor pool
Who'd you
played They played last night.
You still in it?
I took the 49ers. Yeah.
Okay. How about you, T? Are you in any survivor pools?
So suicide.
Who you got?
Tell him out.
You're out?
He probably
Who got
does-
you?
The Chargers.
Okay.
Every time
I know one week somebody, who was it everyone was banking on? Damn, what was it? Like, they said like 80-something people. And the one I was in, it was like maybe 20-something people got, I forget which game it was. One of the weeks, was it the Saints and Dallas game? I forget. It was one of them games, but everyone just got out.
I would have stayed so far away from that game.
You and me too. You and me too.
So this is real quick before we transfer to YGTG and then we send everybody on for the weekend.
Yeah.
2 quarterbacks right now. Well, one kind of got paid.
Okay.
That's Jacoby Brissett. But the same way we talked about Steven Strasburg being his stock is so high. Teddy Bridgewater, man.
Yeah.
Homeboy gonna get paid. He done. He don't have to do nothing else. When we sit here talking about that fourth preseason game is what? So everybody can get film on get on tape, get on film for their next job.
Yeah.
Teddy Bridgewater came out here, had a 5-game audition,
5-0. Yeah.
and said, "All right,
Give
here
me
you
that
go.
20
Here you
thing."
go, Drew.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna sit here back, wait until I cash my check." The
So-
only thing is,
Right.
if Breeze retires,
Oh, it's a wrap.
and then they go right to Bridgewater,
Oh, absolutely. And they'd be stupid if they didn't.
but
they didn't.
Breeze has to retire.
Breeze ain't gonna retire. That's
He's
gonna be an
not.
issue.
The only way
So-
the only way he retires is they win a chip this year.
So with that being said, if you're Saints right now, Drew doesn't retire, what move do you make? Because you don't know how long Drew may have another year after this one. He might have one more year.
You can't.
So-
I mean,
so now what do you do?
I don't
You know
want
what
to be
I
in
mean?
that position, bro.
That's tough, man. But listen, kudos to him because at one point he almost lost his life. I think over that injury, and his perseverance and his hard work and determination. I'm happy for him. I mean, the brother's going to get paid, whether it be 20. They're estimating 20 or 30 million he might get next year. So he deserves it, and I hope he lands in the spot. I hope he lands with a coach that's going to continue to put him in the right situation like Sean Payton has. Sean Payton's brilliant, of course, but I hope he just finds somebody, if it is leaving the Saints, that's going to help bring out his attributes going forward.
So, quick question, right? I even hate to bring this team's name up because
Redskins?
no,
Okay.
we will. Them two.
Washington, rather.
But this whole situation with Jarrah not paying Dak, Jarrah not paying Dak, right? This whole time. If this goes into the offseason and you got Dak that you could pay at 35,
Right.
or you got Teddy Bridgewater you can get at 27.
Nah, that's not gonna happen. I'm gonna say. Let me say this. Kudos to my boy Julian. You know Julian, of course. One of the things he said, he went down to the Dallas game, which, by the way, Dallas Cowboy fans gave it to us. From what I understand, they made us look bad. But that's another point. Anyway, that's another situation. But one of the things he did say, and when we're talking, he said, I hate to say it, but it's real. He said, "Yo, that's Dak's team. The way they walk, the way he leads them on the field, the way he commands that team, the way they respond to him, that's his team."
Okay.
And I
hear
hear what
you.
you're saying, but I'm just telling you what he saw, and I respect his opinion. Of course, I'm quite sure the Cowboys organization feel the same way too. That's what I'm saying. I mean, it's a good point to bring up.
Right.
It's something we could talk about, something that maybe we can go back and forth on, but forecast. But I just feel like they're going to get the deal done because that's Dak's team. That's what it is. That's just right, wrong, or indifferent, but that's just Dak's team, and they know it. They know this is the guy they want to lead a franchise.
Okay. I hear you. I just think that somebody signing the check. This is what I wanted to say. I remember this shit from a long time ago.
What's that?
I hate getting old, bro. We was talking about Howie, right?
Right.
We was talking about Howie and not drafted well. And TA was he chimed in too. This is what happens. If you're smart, right? Most companies who are smart, if they know they have a deficiency, they go out and they find another way to improve their weakness by buying a proven asset.
Okay.
So in this case, a proven asset would have been a Jalen Ramsey, a Jadeveon Clowney, and Emmanuel Sanders to take the guesswork out of it. You minimize your risk by giving up some assets to get a proven commodity.
True.
Right?
True.
Google just did it. Google just brought Fitbit.
By the way, I got stock in them.
Google.
I got stock.
Google just brought Fitbit for $2.1 billion.
Yeah, they're at 7.1 a share right now, 7.19.
So that shows you.
So get that.
Companies themselves, when they know they have a deficiency or they have a weakness, and they go out and get a proven commodity, so they don't have to do all the research and all the grunt work, all the leg work.
Smart.
That's all I'm saying.
No, that's a great point. I give you that. That's a very, very good point. But I'm gonna segue back to what I said earlier. Right, wrong, or different. Yes, he lowball cats, and I think it's catching up with him.
Right.
But he's saying Carson's contract, we're going to have to pay him soon. Big money. The next couple of years. So with that being said, I'm not going to mortgage the future, whether you guys agree or not. Whether you feel we should have did this, we should have did that.
Right.
That's his thinking. I'm telling you that's what his thinking is. I'm not giving up. If I can get a third or fourth for this guy, I'm going to take it. But if you want a second, you want a first, I'm not taking it. Because at the end of the day, I got to pay Carson.
Yeah.
And I need, okay, yes, he's got to hit. There's no need. He's got to hit on his draft picks.
Right.
So that's why he's saying, okay, I got 13 picks this year. All right, let's see what we got going here.
So with all that being said, though, I get that was a trade deadline. A third of Vitae would have got you Clowney. That's all I'm saying.
I agree with that one.
That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm gonna say about
now,
this.
listen, the Clowney thing, he dropped the ball. He fumbled.
Yeah,
He fumbled.
A third of Halapuli Vati Vata.
Yeah, he
get
fumbled.
you Clowney.
He fumbled big time.
So YGTG time.
What we got?
And it's pretty much clear as cut as day.
This is a collaboration.
It goes out to the Washington football team. You got this man telling him it's not that serious, trying to get him to play through cancer, bro. Now to where he done lost 30% of his scalp to try to get this tumor.
Somebody's about to get sued.
That's not even a song.
It's a song I made up. I smell a lawsuit coming on.
And he still has the urge to play. But that makes so much sense of why. That's why he wasn't getting traded. That's why he wasn't reporting, because he felt like he wanted to stick it to Washington.
Yeah, I think the NFLPA, which I do understand, they're investigating the whole situation. Which I mean, Washington's some hot water over the situation, man.
Yeah, man.
They dropped the ball.
Now, I don't know what it is with these medical teams in this NFL, because now you got the Trent Williams situation, which is very serious.
Yeah.
But I don't want to take away from the Colecchio Assembly with the Jets.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
And they cut him.
Yeah. He did get cut?
I think they released him. If I'm not mistaken, I think they released him.
No. He's still there. They're just at odds right now.
Because of his shoulder.
Yeah, they're at odds right now. But I mean, listen, the same could be said about our medical staff. I think that's why I know we fired the one staff. When Sam Ako was here, he was going at them for a while too. I think the old staff, because there's a new staff there now. But I mean, that's why a lot of these players are getting they're getting second opinions, man, because some of the advice they're getting from the doctors is just not right. It's not clear and concise.
All right, man. Listen, that's it for us. You got weekly roundup tomorrow, 1 o'clock.
Yeah.
You got agree to disagree, either live game, pre-game, after the game.
After the game, okay.
Celebrating the Eagles' victory. You heard it here first.
We got it.
You heard it here first.
Yes, sir.
Hopefully, the Sixers can go 5-0. Go for the nickel tomorrow in Portland, 4-game West Coast road trip. You know what I mean? Hold it down. And listen, Phillies, keep doing what you're doing. Flyers pull out this one tonight.
Sir.
Right now, it's 2-2 tie with the Devils. Let's go Fly, guys. Let's make it happen. For everyone else, part of the A2D fam, we thank you for rocking with us, supporting us.
Before we go
ahead.
real quick, 2 big fights, UFC tomorrow.
Yeah.
Big one. I can't remember what's the guy's name? Diaz, right?
It's not fight. Is he
What is
fighting? I thought he said he wasn't fighting.
What's the fight? It's a big one tomorrow. I can't remember, but it's a big one. And then we got my man Canelo fighting tomorrow night. That's a big one too, boxing.
Who's he fighting?
Kovala.
He's not the triple. No more. There's no third Triple G fight.
No, not right now. Not
Okay.
at least right now.
Check that out. Everybody be safe out there. We thank you for rocking with us. A2D Radio on all platforms.
Yes, sir.
Click like, share, turn the notifications on. And once again, before we leave, you put some money in your pocket. ATSSportPicks.com.
Yes, sir.
ATSSportPicks.com. Promo code A2D. I don't know what it gets you. It gets you some shit. 20% off. There you go. 20% off.
Get it.
Make it happen.
I'm about to do it myself right now.
Good luck, everybody.
Holla.
Namaste.